G'day and welcome back to Build Some, and this is presentation 19 on the series on the timber framing code, or AS 1684, and in this one we're going to look at common studs in particular. So the rules that apply to common studs, 6.2.12, 6.3.21 and table 7 is the table we need to look at. So rule 6.2.12 says that common studs shall be evenly spaced to suit loads, linings and cladding fixing, and large size studs may be made up by nail laminating together two or more smaller size studs, which is in clause 2.4. Rule 6.3.2.1 says that the size of studs in single or upper story load bearing walls shall be determined from span tables 7 and 8 of the supplements, 7 being for not notched and 8 being for notched studs. And if you're doing a two-story building, the lowest story of the two-story building, you need tables 36 for not notched and table 37 for notched studs respectively. So just be aware of that. If you do nominate not notched, then your plumbers, your electricians and yourself, you won't be able to notch or make any cuts in your load bearing studs for baths, electrical, etc. Okay, so a lot of people nowadays with their external walls, they'll go 90mm and nominate it to be notched, and in their internal they use 70mm on their internal. Okay, but we're going to go with not notched, so we're going to use table 7 because we're only a single story building. So here's table 7, information we need to know: the spacing of our rafters and our trusses. So down here is 600 for our rafters and our spacing in our general information. So we know also it's a sheet roof, because we said that in here somewhere. It's a sheet roof. That was in our, it's a mass of 10 kilos, it has to be a sheet roof. And our stud spacing 600, stud spacing down here 600, so we're going to use this part of the table. And it's also our rafter and truss spacing here is 600, so we have to use this column. So it's narrowing us down pretty quickly. Okay, and basically the next thing we had to look at was our stud height. So our stud height was 2.7, floor to ceiling height is 2.7. Okay, so this is the only column we can use, the only row we can use. So 70 by 45 is going to be our stud size. Our roof RL, our RL is only something like 1.8, so we're well and truly under that. So 70 by 45 is going to be the size for our load bearing studs. Remember, not notched. If we had a selected notched, I suspect we'd be using 90 by 45 sort of as a minimum size. So there you go, our common studs will be 70 by 45.